Hey everybody, I'll be working on this piece today and I showed it to you in my last haul. So I got it from the thrift store and I paid $18 for it. And today I'm just going to be revamping it, giving it a new look and some new life. Alright, so here is the piece. As you can see, there is something right there that I have to address, an area here that I have to address, some areas over here that I have to address. Gotta get those price stickers off. Not quite sure what that is. It's like some glue or something. I don't know. Missing a drawer pull, which sucks because I actually kind of like these. So yeah, here is the entire piece, and it is in my kitchen because it is extremely hot outside, and I want to just do the patchwork inside. There's another area over there that has to be filled, and on this side, nothing bad. So just a couple areas that I'm going to have to fill, and to do that, I'm going to be using this sustainable wood filler. I've never used this before, so we're going to find out together how this is going to go. I'm going to give you one more look. And I just put it on top of a comforter so that it's easy for me to slide it around in here, so that I don't have to keep using much energy to push it around. So that's a hack. If you got some heavy furniture that you want to move around on tile or wood floors, put it on a comforter and then you can just pull the comforter. So here I'm just doing the first step, which is removing the hardware. And so I'm just going to remove all the drawers and the hardware. There's a little surprise about to come up in a few seconds, so I'm not going to ruin it, but I'm going to say I did not end up having to use the wood filler to fill the holes on the drawer pulls or change them either. Oh my god, guys! They left me the extra drawer pull. Oh my gosh. So now I'm just putting the drawers back since I found the other handle and I don't have to fill the holes anymore. So now I'm going to start using the wood filler to fill in the areas of concern. And like I said, I have never used this before, so I just decided to push it into the areas that are missing or damaged with my finger. So that's what you see me doing here, just using my finger to try to fill the area and then using that straight edge to knock off the excess. And let me just say, wood filler is not fun to use. Maybe it's just because I'm new, I really don't know what I'm doing with it, but that stuff was drying before I could even finish pushing it in the cracks good. Like, geez, if only we had paint that dried that fast. I mean, it was drying so fast, it was like stuck to my fingers and I couldn't even wash it off. Like, it was ridiculous. So, I mean, it worked well overall, but I did not like working with it. So, I don't know if I'll use it again. I mean, it did have its pros and cons, I guess. So while I'm waiting for the wood filler to dry, I'm going to go ahead and hit these knobs and pulls with gold spray paint. And it really came out cool because this can is low on paint and it kind of sputtered out and it gave a really cool effect on the knobs, so they turned out really nicely too. So I sanded and sanded and sanded and sanded and sanded for about 2 hours until it turned dark outside. And I was over it because this is my first time using this sander. Well, my second time, but I did not know what I was doing either time really. And I was kind of figuring out how to use the sander along the way. So, also I know I should have probably had on some sort of mask or something to keep all this blue paint from ending up in my lungs. I lost the footage of me painting these the first time, but this is just one coat of paint and I'm just showing you what the drawers look like. It was fairly simple and basic, pretty straightforward. I just brought all the drawers out and did one coat of paint. And I just had to go, I started out with 60 grit sandpaper, but I had to go and get some 40 grit because it's getting late and I'm getting tired of sanding. And here is where I'm at so far. That blue paint is on there, coats and coats and coats thick. So I had to go get some heavy duty stuff because I don't have time to mess around. And I'm trying to get this done and get this video up. So this is where I'm at right now. Like I said, the drawers are done. One coat. It looks brown on here, but it's actually black. So yeah, gonna get back to sanding. Fun, fun, fun. And I will check in with you guys after I spend a little bit more time sanding this. Alright, so I am done with the first day. Here is where I'm at. I plan to sand just this bottom part and just paint all this part here in the middle, but I got the top pretty clean. And that patch worked pretty good, so I'm happy with that. Here's the patch in the back. Worked okay. And I got all that blue paint off. Right now it's just a little wet because I had to spray the area, this side of my house off because it was covered in blue like my hand is, but that's just a little bit of water. But I got all the blue off for the most part. So that is exciting, even though it took me forever. Yeah, that's where we're at after first day. Tomorrow, I'm going to work on getting the bottom sanded, and if I can finish sanding the bottom tomorrow, I will be done with this project tomorrow. So, fingers crossed I can. If not, I'll need one more day. And here is the start of day 2, which just ended up being more sanding. It did go a lot faster than the first day because I gotten more familiar with my sanding machine. But yep, just about another 3 hours worth of sanding. It's getting kind of dark and there is sawdust all over this phone, but just popping back on to show what I've done. I'm not going to worry about sanding the back because it will be facing the wall, but the legs are done and I am done sanding. Maybe I'll just paint the back black just for effect in case I end up selling it, but I want to keep it, I think. And the legs are all done and the front on the bottom. So now I'm going to flip this right side up, and I'm going to flip it right side up, and I am going to tarp it again, and then I will be done for tonight. Next step is painting, which is my final step. So I'm getting pretty excited. So I have a piece of an old t-shirt. That's what I always use to stain. And I'm just dipping into the stain and applying it onto the top. So here I'm putting the final touches on the first coat of stain for the top, and I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get started on the bottom. And I forgot to mention in a previous clip that I did spray paint the portion at the bottom that you see when the drawers are off. I spray painted that gold. I think I lost that footage, but you can see some gold right above where I'm standing at now. And that is just for something a little bit special when the drawers are not there. Or you can kind of see it when they're on a little bit. but I wanted to give it a little bit of something special on the inside, so I decided to paint that part gold. And this is what it's looking like after the first coat of stain and the little gold touch I did at the bottom. So now while I'm waiting for that first coat of stain to dry, I am going to go ahead and get started with painting the blue portion black. So that's what you see me doing here. So this is how we are looking after a coat of stain on the top and on the bottom, the gold spray paint, and painting the outside part black. I'm gonna do 2 coats of black, so now I'm just waiting on this one to dry. And the parts that are blue are parts that will be covered up once I put the drawers in, so I'm not gonna waste my time or paint on those. But I did do the sides and the front, and then a rough coat on the back. I don't really want to waste all my paint on that area in the middle either. So, and it should be against the wall. This is not a piece you would put in the middle of a floor. And if I keep it, I know I won't. And if somebody else buys it, if I decide to sell it, then they can paint the back black themselves if it's not against the wall. But I don't see why it wouldn't be, so I'm not going to paint that part. Also, I did do 1 more coat on the drawers. So here are the drawers. There's 4 of them out here, and then there's 2 inside. So I didn't want to have to climb over all this crap to paint around on the rail. So I just left the other 2 inside. But here are those 4 drying from their second coat, and this is drying too. I'm gonna come back with 1 more coat of stain and another coat of black, and then I will be done. This is where we are right now, and I'm gonna take a break while I wait for this stuff to dry. So at this point, I've already done a second coat of stain and a second coat of paint, and I'm just putting the drawer pulls back on. I did record myself doing the second coat, but I didn't include it because I want you to see it in the final reveal, which is next. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pan down and show you the finished product. Here it is. I think it turns out really, really, really nice. The stain is English Chestnut by Minwax. The black paint is the chalk paint from Walmart, the Waverly brand, in the color ink. I hit the knobs with a little bit of Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I think it just looks really good. Right now it's just styled with some candle holders from my last haul, the last collective haul I did, and those are from the thrift store. Those are from West Elm, in case you haven't seen that haul, but you should really check it out. Yeah, here's a final look of it. That artwork is a DIY I did. I will be getting a custom piece of artwork to go there. This is just items that I placed on here just for the sake of this video. But I will be getting a piece of custom artwork painted by a local artist to fit right there. But yeah, here you go. I hope you love it as much as I do. I think I will be keeping this one, so I'm gonna have to find something else to redo and sell because I really love this piece. I think it looks great in my living room, and I do not want to part with it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you love the outcome of this DIY. I had a really good time doing this project, and I hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.